Well, good morning at 6:45 on this Monday morning. I'm Avi Hannon.
And I'm Maggie Warren.
And Nick is currently on assignment. So Maggie, Nick's had announced some cooler temperatures, especially those kids as well. It's a bit cooler out this Monday morning. What's it looking like?
Yeah, well, I hope Nick and those kids have a jacket or a sweatshirt to put on, as it is a little chilly. A nice sunrise, though, out on the Total Motors camera out there in Lamar's. And there's a look at those current temperatures. 41 in Spencer, 46 here in Sioux City, 43 in Sheldon, 50 in West Point. These temperatures really more what we should be seeing for the end of September as opposed to the end of August. So some very unseasonably cool air, and we'll continue with that unseasonably cool air as we head through the week. But going to be some great weather for those kids heading out to school, and if you do need to get out and do some yard work or anything as well while those kids are at school, or if you don't have kids, if you just need to get out there and do some yard work, going to be some great weather for that. And I'll have one last check of your forecast coming up. Avia?
Well, the weekend marked the beginning of the fall rodeo season for kids across Iowa. Junior and high school riders gathered in Mobile to compete for a chance to go to nationals. Roughly 150 teams took part in the competition, but only top 4 in each event will get to move to the national level. Casey Warren, the junior high national director, says it's not about the competition, but about the riders.
So all these kids, they do a great job. They're all competing against each other, but mainly they're competing against themselves and getting better every day. You're working with their horse. There's so many variables that they have to conquer that it takes a village and it creates friendship.
One of the riders told KCAU-9 the rodeo has had a big impact on her life and has helped her build bonds with her peers.
Rodeo is not a sport, it's a lifestyle, and it helps with a lot of character development, and you create bonds with friends that last a lifetime, and it's something that you can do forever.
The next junior high and high school national rodeo championship will be held in June and July of next year. Well, meanwhile, the town of Hubbard, Nebraska got together for an annual tradition that you could say is a real hoot. This weekend marked the 15th annual Hubbard Hoot Owl Days. Attendees were able to enjoy vendors, auctions, kids' activities, and a pickleball tournament. Of course, the main attraction was the annual hooting contest, where KCAU-9's own Chase Foy served as a judge to select the best owl impersonator.
Just kind of a unique little fun event, and I think people, once they come here, they actually come back because they realize how much fun it is and it's not hard on the wallet.
The Hoot Owl Days started on Friday and wrapped up yesterday with a car show and shine. And if you have a number 9 birthday coming up, KC9 would love to help you celebrate. Each week we're celebrating the 9s right here on Good Day Siouxland. If you or a loved one is turning 9, 99, or any 9 in between, we want to hear about it. Every Thursday morning we share our list of birthday shoutouts, and one lucky person will take home a birthday gift from one of our sponsors. If you'd like to be featured, just go to SiouxlandProud.com and click on Celebrating the 9s under the contest tab to enter by Tuesdays at noon. All right, Maggie, well, it's time to meet today's story of the day, and every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Tank, a 9 to 12-month-old male, short-haired, gray and white cat. He was originally adopted from the shelter but had to be returned due to no fault of his own. The rescue says he's a friendly guy that loves people but doesn't get along too well with other animals. Tank is available for adoption now.
And if you've lost your pet you're looking to adopt, or would like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. Well, Tank is just absolutely the cutest. He definitely doesn't look like too much of a tank. He's a cute little guy.
Yeah, and if he's maybe a fan of sitting out on the porch, laying out on the porch, he might enjoy the weather for today. I don't know if I'm going to quite enjoy it so much. It's going to be a little cooler out there than I would like for the end of summer, but we're seeing plenty of sunshine on our Ho-Chunk Center camera, so that's nice. We do see temperatures, though, in those 40s and a single 50 there in West Point and Omaha, up in Mapleton as well. There's a couple more 50s than I had first seen at first glance there. 45 there in Cherokee, 41 in Spencer. They've been fluctuating into those upper 30s with wind chills, though. 38 in Spencer, 45 in Storm Lake, and 45 in Sioux City. And although we're not seeing that much of a wind gust, we're seeing dew points in the 40s right now, and that's very dry air, and with those clear conditions and very light winds between about 5 and 8 miles an hour. That is why we're seeing those wind chills dropping a little bit more up to our north, where they have those even drier conditions and clear conditions. We continue with the clear skies as we head into our day today. There's satellite and radar. And then on our stormcast, we continue with those clear conditions through our day Monday. And then as we head into the night tonight and early Tuesday morning, some clouds out to our west and a few stray sprinkles and showers. High pressure holds on to our south, and we stay mostly sunny for our Tuesday as well. More clouds and some shower activity arriving for our Wednesday, though. 72 for today. Mostly sunny and cool. Those winds going to stay out of the north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Lows fall back into the mid-40s for our night tonight, and then temperatures rising into the mid and upper 70s through midweek, even back to the low 80s potentially by our Thursday. But the trade-off is we see some increased cloud cover and shower chances, although those best shower chances unfortunately come into our long holiday weekend. Labor Day could have some showers to contend with, and temperatures much cooler, so not going to be real great lake weather or pool weather out there for us, unfortunately, Avia, but good football weather.
Well, thank you, Maggie. And we turn to sports, where the X's were back home in Sioux City hosting the Sioux Falls Canaries in a weekend matchup. Alex Huddleston has those highlights and more right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. Welcome back to sports. The X's returned home from Sioux Falls to host the Canaries in a game that saw an extra inning. Slow start for both teams in the first 2 innings, but the heat turned up in the third. Down 4-1, runner on first, Henry George sends this one over the wall in right field, bringing home Austin Davis as well as himself to cut down the deficit to 1. But they weren't done just yet. Josh Day pops this one right into a sweet spot in right field, giving Zach Vuletich enough time to make it home once again, making it a tie ball game. This game would lead to an extra inning where the Canaries put the game on ice, winning 8-6. The X's will be back on Tuesday night for the second of this final regular season 4-game home stretch. The Norfolk Catholic Knights ascended to the top of the Class C2 mountain for the 3rd season in a row, ending the year with an undefeated state championship run to extend its win streak to 39 games. Norfolk Catholic is up next for 2-a-days. The Knights are refreshed and reloaded headed into 2025. Hall of Fame head coach Jeff Beller has tons of experience in the reins, most notably in offensive tackle Leighton Burbash. This 6'8" senior is a 3-star prospect and ranked as the 4th best player in the state. He's headed to the Big Ten to play for Northwestern next season. Also in the mix is senior quarterback Callan Marshall, who threw for over 1,600 yards and 23 touchdowns with only 2 picks. Acknowledging the attention they garner as the defending champs, Norfolk Catholic is embracing the pressure and the opportunity that comes with it.
The expectation is always to go 13-0 and win a state championship, but we can't always be perfect. You know, maybe we have a breakdown here and there, but the expectation stays the same, 13-0, win every game.
You know, they understand. Everybody wants to beat us. We get that because we've rolled through 39 games in a row of winning. So, you know, I hope they understand that we'll get ready and we'll try to play well. If you don't win, I've coached long enough to not win games, and the sun usually comes up the next day, and you kind of go through the process again of getting ready and trying to get better. So that's really what we're after.
The Knights kick off the season with one of the biggest games in Siouxland. It's a rematch of last season's Class C2 title game at home against Bishop Neumann on Friday, August 29th. Norfolk Catholic took down the Cavaliers in Week 1 last season in a 28-21 win on the road. And that's a look at sports, and you guys have a great rest of your morning.
Well, now let's take a look at this morning's top stories. What you need to know before you go. Summer break is officially over for kids in the Sioux City Community School District. All students in grades K through 12 will be back in class starting today. It's also the first day of school for Sergeant Bluff Luton Community Schools. The star of the school year in Sioux City comes as the district announced on Friday that new superintendent Dr. Juan Cordova has requested a leave of absence. However, the district did not share any details as to why that leave was requested or how long it will last. And as the school year gets underway in districts across the Siouxland, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration is encouraging parents and guardians to have some important conversations with their kids. As the fentanyl crisis continues, the DEA says kids can be at risk from drugs being marketed by bad actors on social media. It may feel difficult or even uncomfortable to start a conversation about drugs with your children, but the DEA offers materials online for how to address the topics in age-appropriate ways that kids can understand. We'll have a link to that information on our website later this morning at SiouxlandProud.com. And speaking of child and teen health, the Winnebago Public Health Department is hosting their annual Teen Health Fair today. The free event is a chance for youth in grades 8 through 12 and their parents or guardians to learn more about physical, emotional, and mental health. It's also an important opportunity for teens to connect with local healthcare resources. The health fair will take place from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Winnebago Public School. And meanwhile, authorities are still searching for a missing South Dakota teen who was last seen last Friday night. According to officials, 16-year-old Alyssa Marie Fortner was last seen in Fort Pierre riding in a dark gray or black four-door sedan with a taillight out on the passenger side. The vehicle was driven by an unknown adult Native American woman. Alyssa is white with brown hair and hazel eyes. She is 5'6" and weighs around 180 pounds and wears glasses. She does not have her required medication with her. Anyone with any information on Alyssa's whereabouts is urged to contact the Stanley County Sheriff's Office at 605-223-7792. And ongoing work on a downtown construction project is going to have an extra impact on drivers. The Nebraska Strait Water Main Replacement Project is now entering Stage 3. Starting today, the turning lane from westbound Gordon Drive to Nebraska Street will be closed. Drivers will still be able to turn right onto Nebraska Street at the stoplight. In addition, Nebraska Street will be down to just one lane of traffic from Gordon Drive to 3rd Street. Officials warn the changes will likely lead to traffic congestion at busy times, especially the beginning and end of the workday. The project is expected to be complete by sometime in October rather. And finally, today is the last day of early voting for the special election in Iowa State Senate District 1. The election will take place tomorrow. The candidates on the ballot are Democrat Caitlin Dray and Republican Christopher Prosch. Voters in Sioux City precincts 1 through 22 are eligible to vote today. The voters can cast a ballot at the Woodbury County Courthouse from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Tomorrow, you'll need to vote at your precinct's polling location between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Also, absentee ballots are due back to the Woodbury County Auditor by 8 p.m. tomorrow in order to be counted. And if you know a veteran who would like to share their story, we love to hear from them. Nominations are always open for our Veterans Voices segment. You can nominate yourself or another veteran you know by visiting our website at SiouxlandProud.com. Just click on Veterans Voices under the News tab and then scroll down and click on the Veterans Voices nomination form. Well, Maggie, let's take a final look at the forecast. What can kids kind of expect heading to the school this morning?
Well, it's going to be a bit chilly out there. Temperatures in the 40s and low 50s right now. We'll only see those rise into the low 70s for the afternoon. So going to be a nice maybe recess hour out there, but a little chilly going to continue through the day. 75 for our Tuesday, plenty of sunshine. Some shower chances arriving by midweek, and those temperatures on the rise, briefly upper 70s and low 80s, and then dropping those temperatures back into our Labor Day weekend with some more shower chances. Unfortunately, those best rain chances looking at this point for the long holiday weekend and into Labor Day, although Labor Day looking to see those rain chances maybe be a little bit lesser, but still going to be cool for Labor Day, so not the greatest day for those final pool visits or trips to the lake.
Absolutely. Well, definitely it's going to be a pretty nice day for those kids heading out to school for their first day.
Absolutely.
Definitely exciting for all of them. Have a good morning. We'll be back again at 11:30.